No shortage of storylines heading into the championship round. Lamar Jackson making his first appearance in the AFC Championship. It'll be Jared Goff's second NFC Championship game. The Chiefs will play in their sixth straight championship game. The 49ers, their fourth in 5 years. For more, we bring in Tim Kalinowski. So we want to talk through these storylines more in depth. Let's start with the quarterbacks. Which quarterback has more to prove in your mind, Lamar Jackson or Jared Goff?
Wow, Maria, this feels like Skip Bayless type segment here. Like, what are we doing?
We're better than Skip. Stop.
We are, and I'm not going to throw away the same jersey for the 17th straight time. But anyways, I digress. I would say it's easy. It's Lamar Jackson here. In the way I kind of handicap this or look at it through the lens of I think we'd be pretty shocked if Goff if Goff won a Super Bowl, right? But I think we're waiting for Lamar to win a Super Bowl. So I think that's kind of the dichotomy there. But the second place, Maria, it's Brock Purdy. And it's not because of him. He's already, overachieved when you consider where he was drafted, but it's because of Kyle Shanahan. And sometimes your legacy is tied to somebody else. I'm thinking of Bill Belichick here. That's the situation I see for Kyle Shanahan and his man, Mr. Irrelevant, Brock Purdy.
See, I agree with you when it comes to Lamar because we already expect him to have been there at this point. He's already been an MVP, but I disagree on second place. First of all, the question was quarterback, and I still think it's Jared Goff because he literally made it to a Super Bowl and was still told he wasn't good enough. Like, that's such a big FU. So I just feel like he has more to prove at this point.
Fair enough. Well, I'm rooting for him, though. I'm rooting for him.
Well, that's good. Okay. What do the Chiefs need to do to solidify dynasty status, advance to the Super Bowl, or win a Super Bowl?
Another cop out here, Maria. I'm going to go neither because I think they're already there in this, modern NFL of, how difficult this is with, an emphasis on, do you pay your quarterback? Do you not pay your quarterback? What does it do to the salary cap? You go to 6 straight AFC championships. You're the class of the field there. So I think they're already, on the precipice, I guess, of dynasty / already there. The question about their dynasty will be if it falls flat at the end, what do they do at wide receiver? How do they, does Kelsey keep playing? Do they, retool? Because that's kind of like the New England thing where they went through that lull in the middle. The real test to me of the dynasty will be how do they do it with, a ton of moving pieces? No Tyreek Hill, possibly Kelsey at the end, et cetera, et cetera. That I think will be the real question about what this question is trying to ask here.
I agree too. I think they're already dynastic or maybe just on the cusp, being that they've been to 3 of the last 4 Super Bowls and won 2. And I think if they hadn't beaten the Bills last week, my answer would be different. But just because they've solidified that they're back, they're in it again, they won on the road in a true road environment, it's like, okay, they're still the Chiefs. Yeah. Okay, next question. Which Super Bowl rematch, keyword, would be more exciting, the Chiefs against the 49ers or the Ravens against the 49ers? Now, the Chiefs beat the Niners in February 2020. Ravens beat the Niners in February 2013.
I'm going to go Ravens-Niners here because it was that Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, New Year's, whatever, that holiday game that they played. It was just, it was so exciting. And I feel like it kind of under-delivered just a little bit. Could have used a little more back and forth there. I think just the storylines of, is it time for Lamar? Is it time for Kyle Shanahan? The 2 number 1 seeds. I like when teams, I put a lot of pressure on teams to take advantage of the bye. Now that there's only one bye, like live up to it, show us that you're fresh. And at this point in the season, so many of these teams, we forget they get so banged up that by the time they get to the big game, it's like, a war of attrition. I would like to see, relatively healthy number 1s against each other. I think that gives us the best storylines.
It would be nice to see the 49ers get another crack at the Ravens after what happened on Christmas, but I actually think it's the other way, Chiefs Niners as the better overall rematch, just because that Super Bowl was, it was more recent. It's fresh in everybody's minds. There are similar players. Shanahan versus Reed, Mahomes is still the quarterback for the Chiefs. And, there's some more holdover. So I think that as an overall Super Bowl rematch might be a little more interesting, to be fair.
I'll just interject with this, Maria. That Super Bowl, the Chiefs 49ers, I still have a sour taste in my sour taste in my mouth for the Patrick Mahomes rushing over when he jogged back about 15 yards and knelt it to what was an easy winner over, went under. That was my biggest bet on the game. I'm a little bit biased because I just can't wash that out of my hair.
Okay, fair enough. Now, for the most burning question of the bunch, we have to look at celebrity fans. Which team has the best celebrity fan? We got Stavros for the Ravens, T Swift for the Chiefs, or Eminem for the Lions.
Maria, there's someone on that list that should be very insulted at just the thought of this question. Okay. Taylor Swift. And I'll say this, like, it really bothers me how much of a problem people seem to have with all the Taylor Swift coverage. Like, I just don't understand what's the big deal. They cut to a camera shot, after a big play, or whatever. I'm interested too. Hey, I wonder what Taylor's thinking. I wonder what she's up to. Like, she's the most famous person in the building. And if it's like, no, I want my football, give me my football. Oh, you don't think Tony Romo, ruins the football more than anyone? Like, oh, I just want my football. Oh, big field goal. I'm like, this guy won't shut up. Like, pick a fight with that instead of Taylor Swift, our darling. Okay.
Well, look, I'll say this, no one seemed to care that Jason Kelsey was being cut away too all the time with his shirt. It was quite entertaining. But in terms of, a team being linked to a celebrity fan, I agree. Taylor Swift is the biggest celebrity right now of the bunch. But in terms of a fan, to me, it's Eminem. I mean, not only is he, a huge celebrity, but he is Detroit. I mean, just that whole aura of Detroit, and like, they haven't been this far in the playoffs in like a million years, and he's been a fan and from Detroit the whole way. Like, I think in terms of being linked to a team, it's Eminem.
Well, they definitely have the award for the best meme, the one of like Eminem and 8 Mile, and it's like, Detroit rolling up to the Super Bowl or the conference championship. That's definitely the leader in the clubhouse for sure. So I understand.
Yeah. Mom spaghetti. They're going to be showing it.